darkness, fire, the birth of an empire. From the smoke of industry rises a figure few remember, yet everyone still lives in his shadow. He controlled not armies, but energy itself. He didn't conquer land, he conquered the system that powers the world. His name, John D. Rockefeller. The man who turned oil into order, and order into an empire. This is the story of how one quiet bookkeeper rewrote the rules of money, forever. Our story starts in the 1860s in Cleveland, Ohio. The world is lit by whale oil lamps, a fuel that's dirty, scarce, and fading fast. Then, deep in the soil of Pennsylvania, a new light bursts from the ground. Crude oil, black gold. Fortune hunters flood the region, wild with greed, creating a chaotic boomtown frenzy. But amid all this noise stands a calm young accountant, a man who sees something that no one else does. Where everyone else sees chaos, he sees structure. Where others see a risky gamble, he sees a rhythm, a pattern. John D. Rockefeller wasn't interested in the thrill of striking it rich overnight. He was a man of numbers, of ledgers, of cold, hard facts. He meticulously studied the transportation routes, the shipping costs, the profit margins. And in those numbers, he discovered a profound truth. The real lasting fortune wasn't in drilling for oil. It was in controlling it. So, in 1870, with a clear vision and unwavering determination, he forms Standard Oil. While his competitors are gambling on finding the next big gusher, Rockefeller is building pipelines of power. He doesn't play the game, he changes the rules. He negotiates secret preferential rebates from the railroads, giving him an unbeatable advantage in transportation costs. He cuts his prices with surgical precision, driving rivals out of business. Then, one by one, he buys them out. Anyone who stands in his way is either absorbed or crushed. Each competitor that falls, each refinery he acquires, becomes another piece in his grand design. This wasn't luck. It was engineering. It was a masterclass in strategy. Within a decade, the results were staggering. Standard Oil was refining over 90% of all the fuel in America. 90%. Newspapers, alarmed by its seemingly unstoppable growth, gave it a nickname, the oil octopus. Its tentacles reached everywhere, wrapping themselves around railroads, influencing politics, and gripping the world of banking. Through all this, John D. Rockefeller became the most powerful private citizen in the nation, perhaps the world. Yet he remained almost invisible, a quiet, deeply religious man who avoided the public eye. His actions were calculated. His control was absolute. Critics called him ruthless, a monopolist who stifled competition for his own gain. But in Rockefeller's mind, he was bringing order to a chaotic industry. He believed that greed without structure leads to destruction, but order, even a ruthless, all-consuming order, builds nations and pushes progress forward. He called it efficiency. But every empire faces its day of reckoning. For Rockefeller, that day came in 1911. The United States Supreme Court, in a landmark decision, declared Standard Oil an illegal monopoly and ordered it to be broken apart. On the surface, it looked like the end. The great empire had finally fallen, but Rockefeller, ever the strategist, simply smiled. He knew a truth that the courts and the public couldn't yet see. You can break a company, but you can't break a system. From the fragments of the shattered Standard Oil empire rose new giants, companies you know today as Exxon, Chevron, and Mobil. They were all born from the same corporate DNA, all built on the blueprint Rockefeller had created. The system lived on. Having become the richest man in the history of the world, Rockefeller retired. And then, in a final astonishing twist, he began the second great act of his life. He started giving it all away. The same meticulous planning and grand-scale vision he used to build his fortune, he now applied to philanthropy. He founded the University of Chicago and Rockefeller University. He funded medical research that eradicated diseases. He reshaped the very idea of modern charity, creating a model for giving that still influences billionaires today. A lifetime of ruthless control transformed into an unprecedented legacy of public good. Look around today, and you'll see his fingerprints everywhere. They are in modern corporate strategy, in the structure of large-scale philanthropy, and in the invisible architecture of global capitalism itself. John D. Rockefeller didn't just build an oil empire, he built the modern idea of power. He proved that true, enduring wealth isn't about luck or speculation, it's about creating and controlling a system. Because in Rockefeller's world, there's a simple lesson. Understand the system, and the wealth will follow. Control the system, and the world is yours. But lose control, and the system will control you. His story is a flow of power, a blueprint of wealth, a true chronicle of capital. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another deep dive into the figures who shaped our world. We'll see you in the next one.